What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to Moose Preparedness. I'm Moose. So I wanted to post a quick video because I saw the response to my other video about Vice. And the first comment that was on there made me chuckle, and it was actually pretty legit. One of the people was like, I am exactly counting on this particular thing. I'm counting on people's bad behavior and their vices in order to take advantage of it and make myself, be that person, right? So whether it's coffee, I think they used alcohol, tobacco, weed, whatever else, I'm going to become that person, and I'm going to become, for lack of better terms, and these are my words, not theirs, they're going to become a pusher. They're going to become a pimp, drug dealer, whatever it is you want to call it, the person of vice. Part of me is like, entrepreneurial spirit. Go for it, my friend. Good luck. And it's not a bad idea to have some on hand, right? The flip side of that is, boy, does that put you at risk for some very unpleasant things to happen. First off, have you ever been around anybody who's coming down off of stuff like that? Be around somebody who's addicted to alcohol and they have the DTs, or be around somebody who's addicted to and needs that fix. They don't behave rationally and logically in that situation. If you're the person that's standing in between them getting their fix, or if they think that you're going to get some type of a benefit out of them for that fix, or it's going to cost them too much more than they can afford, brother, you become a target. And it's no different than anybody else. Like if you're the only person that's slinging your particular stuff, whether that's coffee and caffeine, whether that's any of the other vices, doesn't matter if it's, sex, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, whatever it is, if you're the only person that's pushing that stuff out, you now become a target for those who A, either want to take it, or B, your competition for whoever else is running that racket. Look at the life expectancy of drug dealers. Look at the life expectancy of folks who are in those kinds of rings that end up trying to profiteer off of somebody else's addiction. I get it. The capitalist in me is like, that's a phenomenal idea. It's maybe something that I have done in the past where I'm like, I really don't drink. But you know what? Grabbing a bunch of those little shooters of alcohol, tobacco, great for trading, especially for people who are like, you're trying to barter, makes good sense, right? However, if somebody knows you as the person who has these things, and they tell people like, you're really wanting a cigarette. Well, I know this one guy who will take care of that. I've now just sent out to another person who I don't know and trust that I might have other items of interest in vices like alcohol, tobacco, whatever else you're going after. So in a disaster type scenario, my opinion is that puts a much larger target on your back, because now you have no idea how fast that word spreads. The other thing too is that it's a diminishing stock, right? Unless you're growing your own tobacco plants, dry out all the tobacco leaves, and know how to make tobacco, you only have so many packs of Marlboros before you run out. You only have so many bottles of hooch before you run out, unless you know how to run a still. And even if you know how to run a still, that adds a whole nother litany of problems, right? Because now how do you get all this stuff? And, distribution, how do you make it to where you're not targeted? If I know that you're running it, and I've got 10 bad dudes, guess what? You're now working for me. You're now running my stuff, and I'm profiteering off of it because I know I have that community built to where I don't have to run your stuff. I don't have to have the stuff. I just have to have more people than you, because that's how it's worked for decades, for centuries, for millennia. Any type of resource that is considered rare or special, or people want it, you now become a target for bigger, stronger people. So for those folks who decide that they're going to go all Walter White on this stuff and figure that out, how many people do you have that are protecting you and your assets? How many? How much of this stuff do you really want to be known for? Now, if it's localized trading, like, hey, I'll give you 2 shots of my 1 bottle of hooch, and you may have more than 1 bottle. Okay, cool, got it. But if you're known as that person, as the vice person, the vice lord, if you will, that puts you at in my opinion, a very high risk category, because now I know what you're selling. And if I have more people, or if I'm sneaky, or if I'm whatever else, I've now put a target on it versus any other type of commodity. Now, could that happen with food, water, ammunition, medical supplies? 100%. If I'm desperate enough, it doesn't matter what you have. I'm going after it. But statistically speaking, if you're looking at vice categories, the first, especially the immediacy, the emergency of whatever happens, the first, let's say, week or so, those people that run out of their stuff and they need their stuff, if you are the person that's getting in charge of or preventing them from having it or charging them for it, you either become their dealer or you become the person that they're going to kill in order to get their stuff, because you're inhibiting their ability to acquire whatever it is that they're after. So while I think it's a freaking interesting idea, I would just caution you to try and, this is all my preps, this is what I'm stocking up on with the intent of making a killing post SHTF. What do y'all think? Am I wrong? Am I right? I just see it as like, I have not seen a single drug dealing movie or any cartel member that's ever benefited long term from this kind of a scenario where they are the person to go to for that particular vice. They either end up dead, or they end up in jail, or they end up working for somebody else. So, just my thought. Hey, you all have a wonderful day. Hope you'll enjoy the festive shirt, and stay safe out here.